Hey guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. Today is our walk and talk episode. Those who have been following episode, I wanna hear. This will be episode 6 if I'm not wrong, of us just walking and talking. Okay, today's video we are reporting live from Uxbridge Town Center. It's sunny today, which is a good thing, right? And I am so excited for today's topic because I'll be talking about things I wish I knew before coming to the UK. I've been studying in the UK for 5 years now, and now turning to a white woman. And you know, obviously born and raised in Kenya my whole life. So I was coming to the UK, a place, a foreign land. I knew no one. I didn't have a relative, even a long distance one. You know, those ones that you know they know you exist. Let me tell you, Maina, the experience has been humbling. It has been full of ups and downs. It's been an interesting experience, but also a humbling one, okay? And you know, in as much as people talk about you know, the bad side of the UK, I am here to, you know, give my general overview and my experience. So let's start. Number one, let's talk about culture shock. I didn't know culture shock will hit that much. I thought it would be easy. I mean, English language is official language in Kenya, like, you know, formal official language in Kenya, but British English language is, you know, it has some flavor, the accent, you know. You talk to someone like water, what is water? And then when you say water, they're like, what? Like, can you imagine I tell someone I want to drink water and then they're like, what? I'm like, water, like water. I experienced that, to be honest. I was like, what a damn it is this? Also the weather, of course we've talked about that in so many ways, you know. You just need to buy very long coats and jackets that you, even food was a big deal for me because I was used to eating githeri, cabbage, what else, sukuma and meat, and yeah, we didn't have like a range of foods and chapati. So when I came here, I realized it's actually real that there is no chapati, there is no ugali, there is no those things you're used, there's no smokies, there's nothing. So you're getting used to eating food that you're not used to eating. So the culture shock was real, okay? I really stressed myself. I could go back to journals and see how stressed I was whenever we went out with the other friends. I really struggled to select meals because I'm like, I don't understand the menu. So I used to Google a lot. I used to feel like, you know, I used to judge myself a lot. I used to feel sorry. Like, I used to feel so overwhelmed whenever we went to buy food. But now things have really changed. Right now, I am going on solo dates. I'm eating those, you know, I know what pen pasta is. I quesadilla. Oh, I don't know, mara this and that. Nowadays, if I go to the supermarkets or even the coffee shops or just those random restaurants, I actually have a variety of stuff. So I wish I didn't beat myself up and cursing myself for not knowing a lot of things, because you needed time to integrate to the culture, especially if you're not used to these things. So that was number one, culture. And it's not food, but you know, it's even how people do things. Sometimes you really wonder where you stand as a person, because matter you're introduced to this, matter like it's a series of learning different new things, and no one is waiting for you to adapt. So you need to, you know, give yourself grace to miss those things, but also try to figure out how you can move forward with life. Yeah, want to cross the road. Even this is a culture shock. The way you have to wait, the way you have to press this button and then wait, the cars will stop for you. That's very different. When I went to Kenya and I was doing some shopping in Thika, Githurai, those places, I was so shocked to see like people are fighting for their place to cross as zebra crossing, you know, because there's no that patience to wait someone. But to be honest, the weather was my biggest culture shock. The weather has been one of the biggest culture shocks, and I have not sat well with it, but I'm trying. I mean, I try. Standing here for quite a while, and also like, you know, cultural shocks is also you know, so like as an African you have afro type of hair. Where do you braid your hair? You know, and then also having to sit with the fact that it's very expensive to braid your hair. So converting that to Kenya shillings, I was like, what? Like 10k? I've never spent 10k at once to braid my hair. That would be like maybe 3 months maintenance money. So actually I had to learn how to braid my own hair, but this one, not the one who braided. I don't know how to make cornrows, but I'll learn story by story. But I had to learn how to braid and make my own hair to cut the cost banner. Another thing that was a cultural shock was the, you know, obviously the silence of not knowing, meeting someone who speaks the same language, not even Bere, not Swahili, and then you have to explain Swahili jokes to your friends to understand. By the time you're translating, the fun is over. So because of all the cultural shocks and the way people don't understand you, I learned that it's okay to feel that way, and it's okay to be different. And sometimes, I mean, we are human beings, right? When you're used to live a certain way, when you get to a different place, you will have to feel the discomfort, but obviously at some point you'll have to either adapt, you migrate, to go back, or even die. I hope we don't die anyway. That was a joke. Dark humor is it? I wish I knew how important it is to be patient with yourself. And this moment, people might not understand you, okay? And that is okay. So learn to give yourself grace, okay? Because people will not give you that. They might, but people might not give you that grace. So you have to learn to give yourself that grace to adapt, okay? Yes, thank you. The second one is academics. Let's talk about academics, okay? Obviously, if you're coming here as an international student, studies is your main business, right? And it was different. Obviously, I was coming to study uni, so I didn't have an experience of how uni looks like in Kenya. But I had an experience of how studies and academics work in Kenya. And to be honest, in Kenya, we memorize to survive. Memorizing and trying to understand or try to figure out you know, mock questions, how questions have been set the previous years using KMF, Kenya Made Familiar, if you've used that. And then you're even cramming for things you didn't know. You don't know whether they're coming in the exam. But I was lucky to, you know, praying to God and telling him, God, please show me. Out of those 3, I'm going to cram 3. If they don't come, you're done. Like, you're done. You have no choice. And I vividly remember the last biology paper exam in my Kenya Certificate of Secondary Education at M-Pesa Foundation Academy. I remember the question was, describe the menstrual cycle. And I was like, here we go, because I've been cramming the whole night. And I remember very well, those words have never came out of my head, and I'm not cramming anywhere. I remember starting it. The anterior lobe of pituitary gland is stimulated to produce the anterior lobe of pituitary gland is stimulated to produce the stimulation of follicle stimulating hormone. I don't know what else. I forgot. That's how it was, and I know it's still happening right now. How are you doing if you're in Form 4? Wishing you luck. Yeah, so in the UK, they want you to build arguments, critically analyze, okay? And reference, like your life depends on it, literally. You have no choice. You have to reference and say, this came from here, okay? Because if you don't, then you're plagiarizing. I actually remember my first exam I ever did in my university. I got a 46, either 46 or a 40 something, and I was like, how is this not a fail? Like, I was like, how is this not a fail? Look at I wanted to show you this. The background looks really nice. Oh my god, to add on it, the bus, London bus. Yeah, I was like, how is this? I wanted to show you the church. Yeah, so I was like, how is this not a fail? Because I thought if you're below 50, that's a fail. And I remember even in primary school, you were used to be beaten and punished when you didn't get a pass, and a pass was 50. So it turns out here, it's actually you're on the right side, like you're doing good. Not that easy. And also even getting a 70, you have to sweat. The other one was the part 3 is about making friends. You know, we were told, okay, go make new friends, do this and this, go out, do this. Yo, not instant. It's not instant, and it's not instant because obviously you need to meet your tribe sometimes. You know, you especially if you okay, I would say for me, if you don't drink, I don't know about those who drink. People tell us maybe they find friends easily, but if you don't, you really like take time to have friends who align somehow with you. For me, how I made friends, you know, obviously academics, asking other colleagues and clicking, also going to church and going to so many events. I got so many friends during events and church, and also social media. Through social media, I've gotten so many friends. So when I'm bored, when I'm feeling low, there's some people I can laugh and talk to, or just go live, and I have like, you know, people. And also I found them through society. So like you can join societies like sports, church or religious related activities, or you know, those sports that are in line with you. So it's not something that comes instantly. Friendship is something that is built. It's not something like a ready meal and then you put in a microwave. No, you have to cook. Especially if you want to have like intentional friendships, it's something that you build over time. Okay? Electric buses. This is our walk and talk, and I'll be showing you around. Okay, so those are the electric buses. The 4th thing, I guess, budgeting is survival skill, and I wish someone told me that it's not a punishment. So if you have like harsh parents already telling you to budget, hang on there, you're doing the right thing. Okay, but for those who haven't been taught about budgeting, it's something you're actually gonna learn. Just give it time. When you come here, you're gonna learn. Okay, trust me, you will get to a point where you know, you will realize that actually every pound counts in the UK. Every pound counts. So you need to learn how to compare, how to stretch and compare Tesco and Aldi and Lidl. See which one is selling eggs at £1 or £3, and which one is selling sugar £1 and £2, so that you can do proper shopping and save some pounds. Budgeting, guys, budgeting. But you need to account for every penny that comes in your account. And this now is a different one because of learning that budgeting. Sometimes you realize the boundaries are changing, so you find that maybe you're not giving money as you used to do because your budgeting does not allow you to. So it's okay, but sometimes you appear as a mean person, but just know you need that budgeting. It's gonna save you a lot. Okay, and it's not a punishment. Okay, you're gonna use that skill here when you come here. Every move has to make sense. So I mean, those are things I wish I knew. By then I was just a student. I didn't have a lot of things to do. I don't have a family like I have my own family, like a baby. So I wish, you know, I knew how to invest. I could have put some pounds in stocks and investment. I wish I did that. Now that I'm finishing uni, you know, somehow I do regret, but I wish I knew though. I wish I knew. Another thing I wish I knew is that career planning should start early, and not after graduation. Now that I'm graduating, thank God I got a placement at Aston Martin. I wish I knew that CV, cover letter, those things you're supposed to, especially in your career, your course and your area of interest, the area of study, that you start investing in your CVs and cover letters when you're in your first year, okay, not when you after graduation. So I wish I knew that, webinars, attending online webinars, going for networks, like maybe if there are events that are related with your career, and opening your LinkedIn networks, volunteering in your areas of interest. I wish I knew those things, okay? Cover letters, going to your professional development center, and having your CV checked. I think that gives you a lot of power to even know what you want at a very early age. I wish I knew that. I wish I knew it is okay to struggle. Yes, but I wish I knew that help is available. So no matter how you're struggling this, you don't have to struggle all alone. Okay? Sometimes you're feeling isolated, sometimes you feel the pressure, especially because you're on a scholarship. You need to give it your best. That pressure sometimes can even get you depressed. So the pressure from you are expected to get grades while also navigating a foreign country, and you don't want to lose scholarship. Trust me, I wish I knew that it's okay to feel that way, so that you stop beating yourself up. I wish I knew that I would grow in unexpected ways. I wish I knew that. Honestly, nothing could have prepared me for how much I've grown, and not just academically, but emotionally, spiritually, what else? Financially. There's so much growth. Being so far away from home teaches you the act of solitude. It forces you to push yourself, to look at yourself inward and outward, and you figure out who you are, who you truly are when no one is watching you. Okay, when one is watching you, when you're just in your own house, what do you think about life? How do you think about people? And learn to become your own home, because you have to create a place to call home if you are living far away from home, right? I guess it teaches you some bits of audacity here and there, if you're open to grow. That is, to be honest, I'm so sorry. I know this should be a professional video, but I'm also trying to beat fear. Okay, I look like I'm very confident, but I'm also trying to beat fear. Sometimes you have to, if you can't leave it behind, you can work with it. I was in a workshop series, and the speaker was talking about a writer, someone who wrote a book. I'm so sorry I forgot, but I will attach the details here, who wrote a poem or a story, a book about their fear, and telling fear that I'll be, I'll not let you be in the driver's seat, but I can allow you to stay at the back. So I'm like, we can work with it. Okay, so long as you don't step ahead of me. So I'm also trying that. And sometimes I meet people, and when I'm vlogging I feel afraid, and I'm like, what am I saying? So those are fears. Sometimes you feel that way, but then you're like, what will happen? You just sit in the house and do nothing, right? So guys, be nice on me. We are learning as well, and sometimes the best way to learn is getting that thing started, getting that job started, getting that thing done, and you will figure your own things alone. And that is one of the things that I have come to learn as I'm growing to this beautiful woman you can see here. Okay, so to wrap up this video, because I feel like I've talked much and I don't want this video to be long, To be honest, I would say that I wish someone told me that Valentine, you look back and see that it was the best decision you made, choosing these things with fear, with doubt and anxiety and all those things. For you, maybe you're still feeling, am I going to get this? Yeah, I'm telling you, I'm saying things that I wish I knew. Now I hope maybe and maybe it will be helpful. To be honest, I won't lie to you, it's a kind of growth that comes with living alone and having to do your own things alone in a foreign country. Let that sink. In a foreign country, or that kind of growth no degree can teach you, and that's something I wish I knew. So I hope maybe at the end of this video you know that experiences in life, of experiences that you have in life, no degree can teach you. Even if they teach you how much theory, I don't know how much theory they have to teach you, no degree can measure the amount of experience when you come to live alone abroad, or even just living abroad, dealing with visa issues. Sometimes when you're just thinking about, like, we are not giving you a job because they belong here, and that is how it is supposed to be, is it? I don't know, because you're in a foreign country, this is not your place. You have to be reminded that, and you have to be resilient, you have to keep hopeful. I mean, also maybe to add on this before now I end this video, is that sometimes even looking for jobs will be difficult, but you have to deal with you have to deal with that disappointment, and just keep being hopeful. Don't lose hope, and keep holding on and hanging on, because you, at the end of it all, visa issues. So you need to keep pressing on, and hope should be the last thing you're losing in this life. So I think it's worth it, whether there are jobs or not, whether people would prefer you over someone, and the experience is everything. And I wish I knew someone would have told me that. Planning to come and study here in the UK, or in a foreign country, or even in a different city, or you just want to move out of your parents' house, just know it's not easy, but it will be worth it. I promise you, it's gonna be worth it. Another thing, I wish someone told me that it's okay to be the way you are. Okay, it's okay to feel like an odd one out, especially in uni, where maybe you grew up in a different, you're brought up in a different way, the belief system, and the way of doing things. It's okay to be that, and you don't have to change. Okay, just be you. Okay, so I hope someone told me that, because most of the time I used to feel like oh, I need to look like this, I need to hey, don't rush, don't keep bizarre with the world. You can be yourself, you can become your authentic self and create your own brand. Okay, you don't have to be like some people, okay? Just, it's okay to feel awkward. So people will think you're a weirdo. Imagine it's okay, because we didn't grow up from different places. We had different parents. Our way of thinking, our way of doing things was different. So I wish I knew that. I would not have stressed so much. So today's Walk and Talk episode is ending at Brunel University, London. Yay! I've marketed this school. Otherwise, thank you for working with me in our today's Walk and Talk with Valentine. New walk, new talk. Bye bye for now.